From the top of the world, fabulous 1340 KAB.
Hi, mateys.
Like it's spooky.
To the ships at sea who can hear my voice, look across the water into the darkness. Look for the fog.
Hey everybody, welcome to this episode of Red Fog Radio. I'm Brian.
And I'm Rod.
And we have two special guests this episode. One's named Bobby and one's named Dale. And we don't know which one is which.
Well, I think we'll figure it out eventually.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah. Should we tell you or just give it a surprise?
The fun we could have. You could tell us.
Okay. Well, I'm Dale.
And I'm Bobby.
And they are from, I'm going to let them pronounce it because I would imagine I'm going to butcher it. It's not anything to do with raccoons. We learned that before the show.
We are from here at Studio 222, but we do a lot of artwork for our tabletop role-playing live stream, and that group is called the Raconteur Society.
Yeah.
And I looked that up. Raconteur is a person who is highly skilled in telling stories, anecdotes, or jokes in an interesting, engaging, and amusing way.
Yes.
Precisely.
Kind of what I've seen, it is pretty amusing. You guys got to go off the rails a bit.
Oh, a lot. We go off a lot. Tangents.
Hopefully it's better after I get done editing the videos, and there's not quite so many tangents, but still entertaining.
If you watch us live, it's like, okay, that's 15 minutes I'll never get back.
How about you tell us a little bit about, it's a YouTube page.
Yeah.
Plus you have a Facebook page.
Right. So the Raconteur Society, we get together every Tuesday night around 6-ish. We go live and we do tabletop role-playing games. And it's not just D&D. We have like 36 different campaigns at any one time.
And that's 6 p.m.-ish Central Standard Time.
So like we've done D&D. We've done a game called Deadlands, which is horror in the Old West. I just backed on a Kickstarter. It was Planet of the Apes, the role-playing game. We've done Toon, a lot of out-of-print games.
Toon, I believe it's the only tabletop role-playing game put out by Steve Jackson Games, who are mostly known for their Munchkin games.
They have others, but
they do.
The main one.
But mostly known for their Munchkin games.
Yeah, and we do White Wolf games, a lot of older games, but we've done some new ones too. But yeah, we get together every Tuesday night, and one of us will DM or GM, Dungeon Master, Game Master, whatever they call it in either game. And we just have a lot of fun telling our stories and going off on tangents, and our characters get kind of out of control sometimes, but it's always fun.
Yeah, unlike a lot of other TTRPG live streams, we play dozens of games, not just one or two.
Yeah.
Dozens. You should check out our playlists on YouTube. There's a lot.
Right.
Yeah, I kind of noticed that your groups change a little bit according to what you're playing. I saw when you play D&D, it's just like all the guys are playing D&D.
Yeah, we have the core group, which were the original 6 or 7 of us that got together and started this. But we've had like friends of ours who want to join in, but they can't all the time. So we run games where it's like, oh, I can't be in that game, or I work those games, or I'm not interested. So we'll bring somebody in to fill their spot, depending on how many players. Because I mean, if we had everybody, there's like 8 people.
Wow.
And as a DM, it's like, okay, well, I've got 8 people to fight this one guy. It's not going to work. So we switch it up and see who's interested in what games and stuff like that.
Then there's one that you guys play called Bedlam Hall.
Yes.
Yeah, Bobby is basically the dungeon master on that. Or what do you call yourself in that then?
That is the mistress of the house.
Yeah.
The mistress. Ooh.
Bedlam Hall is really funny. It's, you describe it.
Kind of a mix of Addams Family meets Downton Abbey, where the players play the staff of this English manor, and we set it in 1920. So they have to deal with this very eccentric, bizarre Blackwood family while also trying to get their household duties done. So it can get pretty weird and pretty stressful. And
yeah, but funny. Very funny.
Yeah, funny.
Yeah, because I thought it was like Clue or something, but there's no necessarily murder, right?
The one we just finished, I actually threw in where they could try to solve the murder themselves. I threw that in myself. It wasn't in the rule book. I just thought, it might be fun for them to try to figure out who committed the murder.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I feel like most people, even myself, I played Dungeons and Dragons when I was younger. It's fun. It takes a lot of time. But you think of tabletop role playing and you think of Dungeons and Dragons and games where you're going to grow your character to battle all the time. And it sounds like you guys are playing games where you would grow your character, but maybe to dust the kitchen faster. Like,
Yeah. You,
Oh no, the point of that game is to gain prestige among the family, and then you can get away with more.
okay.
And they're
Okay.
also trying to figure out other players' secrets and maybe get them in trouble. But you can also die in that game, but not necessarily be out of the game.
Ooh.
yeah, it's got a very dark humor to it. It's by a company called Monkey Fun Studios. They have an awesome sense of humor. I run one called Spirit of 77, and it is totally over the top. Just think any 70s or 80s show or movie, and that's kind of the world you're in. And that one is just crazy hilarious.
I can't remember if this is the last one, but there was Disco Ambulance,
Yeah, Disco Ambulance, where they were part of an ambulance service, and there's all this stuff going on.
Women's Prison of the
Yeah,
Apes.
Women's Prison of the Apes is a story. First one we did was the Kaboom Show, which was like a take on the Gong Show, but the host was like a Russian agent trying to defect. And it's like, what?
A little too on the point there, right?
Yeah, I was heavily influenced by a certain host who made those comments. But yeah, they're all really fun. Different game systems, different companies, so we do a lot.
It sounds like these are games made by people that grew up watching the B movies, the Shafts of the 70s and 80s. And
Yeah, totally. Monkey Fun Studios is definitely
Well, that's a good point
our
because the
age.
one you just backed their Kickstarter on for Monkey Fun was the zombie one,
It's kind of like a dungeon crawl game, and it's called
Dead Heroes.
Dead Heroes. And you make up your zombie, anything from a soldier to an Elvis impersonator, and you're in a mall. So it's like Dawn of the Dead, but you're in a mall, but the Cthulhu mythos is opening up reality and you have to go fight it in a mall.
Wow.
So, I mean, they have
You know.
just a great sense of humor. That company is awesome.
I want to see these movies. I want these
Yeah,
people to make movies
totally.
of these.
Totally.
So do they just write down topics, put it in a hat, take out 3 or 4 of them, and oh, that's a game right there?
Yeah, it sounds like that's how they do it. And it's awesome every time.
You want to go play now, don't you?
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
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 Come on down.
And like I said, if you go to the Raconteur Society page YouTube channel, we have our playlists and you can look up by game and you can see all the games we've played. And a lot of them, like Deadlands, you can start at the beginning and watch the story and the characters as they progress. So it's kind of neat. You can go back to when we first started live streaming. We've been playing since the 90s together.
Yeah.
And we just started live streaming, 4 or 5 years ago?
This is our 5th year
Yeah.
live streaming. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And we call ourselves Geeks Past Our Peaks because we're all the same age, you know.
So what made you decide to do this then?
Well, we had some of the guys in the group were like, we're always cracking each other up with these comments we made. We had somebody come in and sit with us and they're like, oh my God, this is like hilarious. We thought, I wonder if anybody else would be interested in listening to this.
Yeah. Well, people kept saying, you guys should tape record your sessions. Back when it was just tape recording, there was no live streaming. You should tape record this because you want to go back there and listen to that again.
Yeah. So we decided, well, what the heck? Why don't we just try it and see? And yeah, we get quite a few viewers on Twitch, and we do a YouTube live stream and Twitch and sometimes TikTok.
When TikTok doesn't.
Yeah,
kick us
when
off,
TikTok doesn't get mad and say, oh, you can't say that word. Yeah. But usually those are the 3 we live stream on. We have regular followers. We have a guy named Out of Print GM. His name's Simon. He's over in England, Yorkshire, and he watches us every week. And we've got a guy in Canada named Ben. We've got a lot of other people like that we know, but they'll tune in and make comments. We have the chats up, so if somebody says something, we can respond to them right there. It's a lot of fun.
So are all of you, like the whole group, are you in the same area?
Yeah, we're all in town.
So do you all do it in one room then? Because that's kind of what it looks like when you're playing, because I see some of you walking through other people's camera shots.
Yeah, we're all in one room. And it's funny because it's Dennis, one of our players, it's his basement. And we've had people, are you in a comic shop? Because he has collectibles everywhere. And we're like, no, we're still in a basement. How about that?
We're not in Mom's basement anymore.
We're not.
in
We moved out
Dennis's
of Mom's basement into another basement.
Yeah, because he's got all those Star Wars collectibles.
Star Wars, Star Trek, Batman 66, tons. Yeah.
I tune in sometimes just to see what Dennis is wearing.
Dennis came from cosplay and LARPing. So whenever he plays, he usually dresses in character. There's been times he plays a female character, so he's kind of in drag. For Planet of the Apes, he actually wears an orangutan mask. It's like, wow, you're going all out there, buddy.
Yeah.
So pretty fun.
I jump on sometimes when I have, a little bit of time, and I'll comment and kind of shoot, messages back and forth, but I tend to leave it on and come in and listen a little bit. Then I have to, go do something else, but it's just fun to catch the banter back and forth,
Yeah.
and
And I think that's what makes us different. A lot of the other TTRPGs that stream, I mean, they'll do it, but sometimes it's a little more story driven. We definitely do that, but we're not afraid to just start making random comments and cracking ourselves up.
Yes, because you will never believe that we are not scripted at all.
No, not at all.
Yeah, how do you decide when to end it? Because some of your episodes go over 2 hours.
Yeah, when we gamed not live streamed, we've stayed up all night. Everybody will show up at somebody's house at like 6 p.m. and we'll go till like midnight or 1. And then, okay, let's take a nap. And we'll get up in the morning, make breakfast, and keep playing.
Oh, wow.
But we're all so old that it's like now, if I stay up that long, I will die.
Yeah, we try to end them between 9 and 9:30 p.m. And
Yeah.
hopefully in between that time, we can come up with a good cliffhanger.
Yeah. We usually try and end at 9, but sometimes you're right in the middle of something. Everybody's like, we go a little bit longer. But yeah, usually from 6-ish to about 9-ish is what we shoot for.
Well, I think we kind of run into the same thing with the podcast. A lot of people are like, God, you guys know so much. You must take a lot of notes. And most of the time, I'm just winging it. I have no notes. I'm just going on what I know of you guys from meeting you and being friends and, watching the show. But it's fun almost and more interesting when it's not scripted.
Yeah, it definitely is.
And you can tell on a lot of shows that it is scripted.
Yeah, sometimes it just has to
We
be.
have a lot of those situations. We call it plan Q, where as a DM, you write the story and you're like, okay, here's what they need to do. And the players will decide to go way over here in this weird tangent. And you have to think on the fly, like, okay. So
And
usually
that's
after we're
plan
done,
Q.
somebody's like, did you have that planned? You're like, no, I
No.
had to make it up on the fly.
Oh, yeah, I got everything planned.
Yeah.
You like to know.
Yeah. But it's a lot of fun. And it's a nice exercise to do that if you've never gamed before. I've played with people who are new DMs and they're like, well, I have to wait. Let's take a break so I can figure out what to do.
Well, speaking of Plan Q, that is our Christmas special or our holiday
Oh,
special
yeah.
every year. It's based off the White Wolf games. We call it Storytellers. Long story short, we put in a plot, a setting, an NPC, and a random event.
Everybody writes one on a piece of paper.
Yeah, everybody writes different ones and puts them in. One gets drawn from each hat, let's say, and the first DM starts with that. Then when that DM gets all of their plot points in, then we draw for the next DM, and the next DM comes up and has to draw their own plot points and continue the story from there until
Yeah.
all of the DMs get through and we can get to the end of the game not knowing what we're going to draw out of the hat,
And
anything like that.
you have to
So
work it into your segment.
Yeah.
So,
That's a lot of chaos.
oh
it
man.
is.
And some of the
Please
things
watch
you
our
draw
holiday
from our
special
friends,
playlist.
it's like, you actually wrote that? Like one was a drug-addled Kool-Aid man. And you're like, how am I going to work that in? But you have to fix it. You have to make it work. So if you ever get a chance,
Boy,
go to our
George is a
playlist
carrot
and look
farmer.
at Storytellers and just watch it because it's absolute chaos. And that gets really funny and creative. But that's a good example of learning how to think on your feet
Yeah.
if you're running a game.
Boy, George is a carrot farmer.
That was a weird one.
Yeah.
Huh.
One random
Can't-
setting was a
can't,
massage parlor that was done like Victorian times. And you're like, okay. So you just have to get them there.
Can't quite wrap your head around that concept. You got to do.
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking, like, what about possessed sex toys at an old folks' home that the staff have to fight off? Or
Yeah.
something?
Oh, he's trying to come up with stuff to put in.
Yeah.
They had to drop.
Yeah.
Jot
Yeah.
that down. That's a
Yeah,
good
that's a
one.
good one.
All I had in my head was like, comma, give me the carrots. Like that. Carrots now.
Very
Yeah.
loose.
Bonus points for singing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we might lose a few listeners now. So it happens every time.
Right.
Hit point deduction for singing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And with our Raconteur Society, because we're artists and our friend Mike is, we do a lot of the artwork for it. So like when you look at the podcast and you see our character name with the little drawing of a character, that's one of us has done that.
Yeah, I think that's where we go next. We talk about studio 222, but there's a little apostrophe thing in the middle
Yeah,
there.
It's
there's-
like the time, 222.
Oh,
And
okay.
there's a reason for that. We were trying to get this kind of studio idea together. We wanted to work on commissions and, make money off the artwork. But at the time, Dale was working second shift and I was working first shift. And it just seemed like I'd come home and he'd be getting ready for work. But every time we looked at the clock before he was getting ready to leave for work, the time would be 2:22. So it just became 2:22. I love you right before, he had to leave for work.
yeah.
So then it became Studio 222, which
Yeah.
means Studio I love you.
Sappy story, but it's true.
So who does all the animation too? There's a lot of animation
Yeah.
in that.
Mike does the AI like animation for some of the intros. He's been doing that a lot, and it looks amazing. It really does look good. And then
And a lot of that is based off of your artwork.
right, we're doing one that's coming up. It's DC Heroes, but we call it Empyrean City. It's kind of like the way we run DC Heroes is more like The Crow. It's kind of dark street level heroes. And I've drawn the characters, and what he's going to do is have it when the character comes up, it'll be my artwork, and then he's going to morph it into an AI scene. And I'm excited to see that.
Yeah, because there's a lot of discussion with AI, but if you're using your own art, though, I
Yeah,
don't
Yes.
see anything wrong with that.
no,
Yes,
And-
it's all based off of Dale's artwork.
yeah,
Cool.
I don't have any artwork.
You don't.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Nothing.
yeah,
I wrote the grocery list last week. Is that artwork?
sure. Just draw a banana next to the banana.
Next to the
There you
banana.
go.
So you do artwork and Bobby does artwork. Do you have
Yes.
like a certain style? Do you guys differ in style?
Oh, big time.
Yeah. I'm more, if you needed some more realistic artwork, that would be me, more photorealistic. I do more colorful and loose things, like I like to draw fairies. I do little more looser stuff, but if they need photorealism, that's me.
Yeah, and I do more comic book oriented stuff
And horror.
and horror, a lot of horror. But yeah, my style is very based on growing up with comics and cartoons.
And your major influence.
Oh, I have two major influences. Bernie Wrightson, a comic book artist who did like Swamp Thing and tons of other stuff, and Creepshow. He's very good at horror. When I was a kid, went over to a friend's house and he pulled out all his comics, and I'm like, oh, these are cool. And I was like, Swamp Thing, this is amazing. And I want to draw like that. And then the other one is Arthur Adams, who does a lot of comic book stuff. Those two styles really influence how I draw, as well as Looney Tunes, Disney animation, and then, of course, the shows I grew up with, He-Man, Transformers, G.I. Joe, all that stuff.
Well, Brian, he might already know the questions.
He might.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
I was like,
Yeah.
you might be having
Bring
a
'em
little hard
on,
to
I'm
stump
ready.
us. I don't know.
Some foreshadowing. Are you excited for the new He-Man movie?
I am.
Oh my
I
God,
am.
he will not shut up.
Yeah. I remember being, I don't know, a kid when the Dolph Lundgren came out. I was super excited. I went and saw it. I was like, it's not bad, but it's not He-Man.
No.
And then I saw this one, and I'm like, that's exactly how I expect him to look. Like, Trapjaw is my favorite character, and see him in the trailer, I'm
He
like,
looks like
oh
Trap
my God. So I'm super excited.
With this movie coming out, there's a lot of lore to the He-Man
Oh, yeah.
mythos that's coming out that I'd never even heard of.
Uh-huh.
Like there's the rumor that a certain villain is maybe Prince Adam's uncle.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
No
that
spoilers.
No spoilers.
and that a certain jawed person, he had a different identity, sort of.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. And it depends. There's kind of like several mythoses, but the ones you're talking about are kind of the most accepted, I guess you could say.
Okay. From the comics.
Yeah, from the comics and some of the other shows. So like the 2002 animated He-Man was the uncle situation, I think.
Mm,
And then the other guy was from the comics, which I thought that was neat. And the director, Travis Knight, knows all that stuff. He's like our age. And he did the Bumblebee movie for Transformers, which was more like, oh, that's spot on Transformers. So I guess this is his passion project. Sounds like it's doing really well. So I hope it does continue to do well so they make a sequel.
Well, now that you've answered their question about your style
Yeah.
of artwork,
Go ahead.
I would like to just point out that we also have a third member
Oh,
of
yeah.
our little family art studio, and that is our daughter Rebellion.
Yeah.
And she draws the more anime style of artwork. So
And she
if
does
you
amazing.
have something in mind you want drawn, one of us is going to be able to do it.
Yeah. And her style, her anime is just amazing. She'll draw something. I'm like, I put my pencil down. I quit. I don't know why I'm doing this.
So you guys go to conventions? I know with the RPG things that you guys go to conventions, but do you go as just strictly artists ever, or do you kind of piggyback that on the?
Yeah, we kind of piggyback it on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the piggybacks. We used to do a little bit just focusing on that, but I like to get up and walk around too much. I don't want to sit
Yeah.
in one place. So
Yeah.
Rod is the walker around, and I'm the sitter, but I'm talking to everybody as I'm not really sitting.
Right.
I'm talking to everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, when I do conventions, I'm the vendor type, I guess, and he's the walks around, and I don't know what he does because I'm not there.
I'm the tourist.
He's the tourist, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, at least the only one convention I've been to in the last few years is Halloween-a-Palooza in Ottumwa, Iowa, and I've been involved with a lot, and then Brian has too. But yeah, I deal with the guests. I actually get to pick up horror movie guests from the
Oh,
airport,
wow.
and
That's cool.
interesting stuff I get to learn about these guests.
I'll bet.
yeah,
I'll
that
bet.
would be great.
Yeah.
And then I think there's a show coming up in the Quad Cities that's comics and horror that's kind of got that
Yeah. I think I
blending
saw
of both
something
that
like
I'm going to
that.
try to go to. I don't know if Rod was going to try to make it down, but we're starting to get a little more stuff in the area, Peoria and the Quad Cities. I'm from Galesburg, Illinois, and so are Bobby and Dale. And, you know, if you listen to the show, you know, Rod's from Ames, Iowa, in the middle of a cornfield. I mean,
Hey, home of the cyclone.
we're in the middle of a cornfield too, but we definitely need to hit up some more conventions if, you know, gas prices and autograph prices start to come down a little bit.
Yeah.
Mhm.
yeah.
We have one coming up toward the end of June, Planet
Last week in
FunkCon,
June.
and it's
Yeah,
in the
that's the
Quad
one
Cities.
that's in the Quad Cities.
We've been to that a couple times.
Yeah, I was going to say, is that the same one you're?
Yeah, that's the one. Because now they're having the comic part, but then they're going to have horror celebrities like on one part of the hall. So yeah, they're going to have a little bit of both.
Oh, great. Well, maybe we'll see you there.
Yeah.
You guys do a big one too in Missouri every
Oh,
year?
yeah. Yeah.
Big River Steampunk Festival. We have been involved with that since year one. In fact, we helped talk the original owners into doing it.
On accident.
It wasn't on accident. We just kept telling what a great idea that was, and so they went ahead and went with it.
Everyone just dresses up as steampunk, and
Yeah, but it's gotten
Primarily, there's also different
events and
events, but different ways to dress up as steampunk.
oh
like if
yeah,
you want to
yeah,
be a
different
comic book
genres.
character
Yeah,
genre.
we've
things.
seen steampunk Batman, steampunk Darth Vader. You know, you can steampunk just about anything.
Yeah,
so it
you can
usually
go with
turns out
the
pretty
fairy
cool.
punk. They have also recently added a medieval fair.
So now we have the steampunk, and then we have a wasteland section, which is
Mhm.
post-apocalypse, and now there's a Ren Fair added too.
And that's in Hannibal, Missouri.
Hannibal, Missouri.
Yes, it is every Labor Day weekend.
Yeah, we got time to plan that trip, right?
yeah,
Yeah, it is now the largest outdoor steampunk festival in America. I
Might be
think.
the largest steampunk festival in America. Period.
Yeah,
Can't
and
recall
last
it.
year we had 22,000 people
Yeah.
throughout the weekend show up. It's huge.
I was gonna say Hannibal's not that big, so
No.
Yeah, it's Galesburg size, I think.
Yeah.
yeah, a little bit smaller even
And
maybe.
if you're familiar with Hannibal, it's on like 3rd Street where all the old-fashioned shops are. And it's just really weird because they have all those old storefronts, and then you see people in the steampunk Victorian clothing walking around, and there's
That's
no
Main
cars
Street, isn't
parked
it?
down there, and you're just like, okay, we've time traveled. I think that's why it works so well.
Yeah. It's maybe the only flat street in all of Hannibal, Missouri. 'Cause it's-
Yeah. Anything the other way is hills. But yeah, they have concerts and shows and contests, and we're doing seminars again this year. So I have
We are doing a murder mystery. This is our 3rd year doing a murder mystery
Yeah.
dinner.
Tiffany, my girlfriend, has family in Hannibal, so we go down and we go to the same 3 places to eat every time we go.
right.
You know, we like rotate between them, but I've only been downtown maybe twice.
Oh, really?
You know, we usually go to the train museum and then an antique shop that's down there, and then she takes me to Fiddlesticks or the pizza place to eat.
Oh, the pizza place.
I think it's Casano's, but
Oh, okay.
Oh, that one?
Yeah, there's one called
Brick
Oven that's kind of on one of those side streets, and it's really good.
so if you enjoy steampunk and you want to go to a festival that's in a small area or smaller town that's friendly, I've always enjoyed going to Hannibal. Everybody's friendly. They got cheaper gas than we have in
Yes,
Illinois.
they do. Drive down there, fill up, and come back.
Oh yeah, the festival is very family friendly, and most of it does occur outdoors. So there are shows, musicians, everything going on for free on the stages outside.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't have to buy a ticket for anything, but
Yeah. And we do Nerf dueling, which is what we started with. And
Yeah.
that one is a blast. And kids love it, and adults come in too. And it's always funny when you see like a parent and their child Nerf dueling, because we just like, oh, so whoever loses is doing dishes tonight, or what's going on there?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Nerf dueling's,
Yeah,
we've done
that's our
that since
staple.
year one. And I'm doing a seminar this year on how to steampunk a Nerf gun, because I painted mine to look like steampunk guns. The funniest thing, I have one, it's called the long strike rifle. It's like this big, long, like sniper rifle. And I took a funnel and cut it to fit the barrel and just glued it on there and painted it all silver. So it looks like an elephant gun. People are like, that's amazing. I'm like, I put a funnel on it. That's it. And they're like, really? That's it? So I've done seminars before, but I'm doing one this year about how to cheaply steampunk Nerf guns. But some of the people bring their steampunk guns, even if they aren't Nerf, they go all out. I mean, I've seen some that are like, wow, that is amazingly cool. Or they built it themselves out of just parts.
They built
It's like,
themselves.
that's amazing. The costumes are great.
I would probably just wear my shoes and jeans.
Oh, that's fine.
You can do that
Yeah.
too.
You don't have to come in costume.
Yeah, he'd go topless. That's what he's saying right now.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
What I heard.
Shoes and jeans, yeah.
Wow. Those people who pay the $1 for Nerf duels will just pay you $1.
Yeah.
Brian's new career.
Yeah. Steampunk topless. I could work that out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's already out there somewhere.
You guys have anything else you want to talk about before we move on to the question portion of the episode?
No, not unless you have anything for us.
No, we got some questions.
Okay.
Well, we got our podcast network.
No, we don't. No.
No?
You're listening to the Prescribed Films Podcast Network, home to hundreds of hours of free podcast entertainment. The shows on this network all have a common goal, providing you with the best discussions about movies and other forms of entertainment media. The PFPN hopes to fill your earholes with audio joy. Visit our website with links to all the other amazing shows at www.thepfpn.com. Thanks for listening.
So now that we've heard from our podcast network, it's time for the questions. And no one has still listened to Red Fog Radio and figured out what the questions are. Eventually, somebody's going to listen and be like, I already know those questions. I should probably have like a backup on the back of this page. You think, Rod?
Yeah.
Like some really weird off the wall questions. The first one, this is for both of you. It's movies and TV.
Okay.
Who's gonna take it first?
Yeah. Do we have a buzzer? Is there
No.
a buzzer?
It's not trivia. Come
No,
on.
it's not
Oh,
yet.
okay.
It's not trivia, yeah.
darn.
I mean, it can be if you want, but is there a movie or TV show that has deeply influenced your creative style or the way you tell stories through your art, and why that one?
I'll let you start.
Oh, just one?
She's going to go take a nap. She's like, I'm
Yeah. Yeah. This is where you edit it, the 55 minutes I'm going to talk.
Please don't.
No. Honestly, for me, the major one is probably Ghostbusters, because it's that paranormal stuff. It's got the humor. It's got the spookiness. It has a Bernie Wrightson cab driver in there. So it's like all those horror elements, but the humor and the sci-fi elements. I love that stuff. So in all my artwork, whether I'm drawing zombies or cyborgs or anything like that, I try to use a sense of humor to it a lot. So yeah, I think Ghostbusters is probably the one that has all those elements that I just love to combine. I mean, there are tons of others, but I would say that's the main one.
The first thing that popped into my head for you would be Rock and Rule.
Oh, well, yeah.
What's that?
There's an old animated movie from the early 80s called Rock and Rule, and it was a Canadian company, and the soundtrack was awesome. It was like Cheap Trick, Iggy Pop, Lou Reed. If you can track it down, I think it's on YouTube, even just a snippet, check it out. When I saw that movie as a kid, it was just, that's a big influence on my actual artwork, because it's like this post-apocalyptic kind of setting. They have Nuke York is one of the towns, but all the characters are based on like animals, just kind of like rodents, but they're like a heavy metal band that's trying to make it. And there's this bad guy named Mock, who's based on Mick Jagger. In fact, his actual name is Mock Swagger. It's off the wall. It's cool, but the animation is amazing. And the characters, and it was the first one where I ever heard cussing. And then shortly after that, I saw heavy metal. But, you know, heavy metal was like all the different vignettes. Rock and Rule is the same style of animation. It's a full story. Funny story real quick. Me and one of my best friends, BJ, in high school, he's like, have you ever seen that? I'm like, yeah, I have it on tape. And he's like, I do too. And we went over to his house and watched it. And I'm like, wait a minute, that's different. The main character's voice is different. He's like, what? And I brought my tape over and we're like, what the? Well, I got the DVD later and it actually, there's a Canadian version and an American version. And I'm like, what? There's two versions? And I had the Canadian version. He had the American version. Just little changes.
It's like they go, let's rock out, eh?
Yeah.
Got any of that maple syrup, eh?
Yeah. How about some back bacon? But yeah, Rock and Rule was a big influence on my actual artwork because that movie was just like, I drew those characters of Rock and Rule just like last year, the year before, just because I love that so much. So
What was the question?
see, I told you.
55 minutes later.
See, I told you.
That was actually a short for you. What movie or show influenced my artwork? Is that?
Yeah.
I honestly can't think of anything. I've been drawing since I was able to hold a pencil.
Yeah, me too.
Maybe even your style as an artist, your influences, your...
Well, because my art teacher in high school said you have to learn the rules before you can break them. So that's when I did my best to learn how to draw the photorealistic stuff. But then I guess the overall look of any movie that I would want to be styled after would be The Last Unicorn.
Yeah.
I just love that graceful unicorn. Everything else is a little clunky for me,
Yeah.
but the unicorn is very graceful and too thin where she, her legs and hooves shouldn't be so thin, but it works for her.
This was a movie?
Mhm.
The Last Unicorn?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Rob.
I've never heard of it.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah. Check it out.
Isn't it one of those? I watched The Last Unicorn as a child. I was traumatized for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
No.
No. Well,
No.
the
It's
bull.
love. It's anybody who watches it loves it.
Yeah.
I'm surprised. If anybody says they watched The Princess Bride and said, I didn't like it,
Then you're like, we can't be friends.
Yeah.
what kind of a person are you?
As you wish.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, and when I asked that question, it's not all about your style, it's about your feel and your personality. And like you said, Ghostbusters, and then you went to rock and roll. I think as an artist, not being an artist myself, I don't consider myself an artist. Your personality pulls from so many different things.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And when you gravitate towards, like you said, Ghostbusters, just that feel and that sense of humor. But I like the horror. But I like, one of my favorite films is Return of the Living Dead.
Yes.
I was just going to say, I forgot the darker side of my personality would be Night of the Living Dead.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'm like, I'm not feeling too goofy. I'm going to go with 1B, which is My Bloody Valentine.
Mm-hmm.
And then as you go down, you're like, okay, this is also part of my personality. I go with like Cannibal Holocaust. So
Yeah.
for like you, it could be The Last Unicorn and Night of the Living Dead and a little bit of this. And it leads to my next question. Music. Is there a band, an album, a song that has deeply influenced your creative style or the way you tell stories through your art?
The Cure.
Yeah. Or just one that you're like, when I practice my art, whatever form it is that I'm practicing, I want to listen to this band or this song or this artist.
Yeah, for me, that's definitely The Cure. I'm wearing the t-shirt right now. And Tori Amos would be the lighter fairy side. But yeah.
Yeah. Mine's industrial music. So KMFDM, Nine Inch Nails, Ministry, Rob Zombie, more the heavier driving music. But Devo is like my favorite band. So the lighter side would be like Devo and stuff like that. But yeah, usually industrial music is what I'm listening to when I'm drawing.
Oingo Boingo is fun to
Oingo
draw to.
Boingo is another one. Yeah.
If you
That
wanna
goes
draw
along with
something a
Devo,
little,
where it's like,
woo!
I want something just off the wall, energetic.
Goofy kind of.
Yeah. And sometimes,
Manic.
yeah, manic. Sometimes it depends on what I'm drawing, if I'm listening to, or if I'm drawing something really gothic, like gargoyles or ghosts or zombies in a graveyard. Sometimes it might be just Danny Elfman scores,
Yeah.
like Sleepy Hollow or The Wolfman, that
Yeah.
kind of music.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
It sounds like he needs to listen to our friend over at Mad Goal Radio.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Rob Mad Goal. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a huge Nine Inch Nails fan.
Oh, cool.
God, I think
Yeah.
he's seen him in concert 30 times or something like
Wow.
that. Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Well,
when
he ends his podcast with something from Trent Reznor every episode.
Oh,
pretty
nice.
much.
All right, yeah.
And yeah, when you were talking about the
down, honey.
50s horror, like Psychobilly, I'm a big fan of that. Sometimes that's real energetic too and just fun to listen to.
So the next question, It's an event. Was there a major cultural moment or event like an award show or a global event or a trend that was going on that shifted how you see your role as an artist or how you practice as an artist?
It's not a world event. It was having my baby. Definitely switched my point of view.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that affected how you practiced art or drew or?
It might have made things a little softer, not so black and white.
Yeah, that's good. Jeez. I don't know. I never really paid attention to it. My artwork is kind of my own little world, and I just visit this one sometimes. You know what I mean?
That is true.
I cultural stuff, not really, I guess.
No, you're quite at home in your own head doing your artwork. You
Yeah,
don't let
yeah,
outside
yeah.
forces bother you.
No, the monsters live there, and I'm happy to visit. So I guess it'd be like a event, but like a time period or a genre would be like 80s animation. That kind of, like I said, He-Man, Transformers, Adventures of the Galaxy Rangers, to name an obscure one. Just those kind of, that animation is what I was looking at when I was learning to draw and trying to practice, because I never really took classes in high school, but it wasn't like I went to college or any of that stuff. It was all just what was around me.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
yeah. When it used to be called Japanimation,
yeah.
Mhm.
when that started showing up more in America in the late 80s, early 90s,
Yeah.
that I found a lot of fun to try to emulate a bit.
Yeah.
I guess that would be a cultural event.
I go back to Dale, it sounds like that time period in the 80s when animation and rock music were clashing
Oh, all the
and
time.
melting together. That was an event. You hear people still talk about heavy metal and how it influenced them, and there was other stuff that sounds like influenced you. And I mean, as a comic book fan and as artists, you maybe go back to the MTV, The Mask, and the Eon Flux and stuff like
Yeah.
that. A lot of
Liquid
people.
television.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
Younger kids go to, I have watched Cartoon Network, the
Yeah.
Saturday night Cartoon Network, and stuff like that. So,
Oh, Toonami.
yeah,
Tsunami. Yeah.
Mhm.
yeah. And I don't know if either of you read,
Oh, yeah.
but is there a book that you think every creative person should read? And if so, how has it influenced your perspective as an artist? Or maybe a favorite book that you have that kind of shaped your artwork or how you play, D&D or the games?
I have two right off the top of my head. One is The Mayfair Witches.
Oh, yeah. Anne Rice.
The Anne Rice, the original Mayfair Witches, the history she puts behind that to build this foundation upon the story that you're about to read. I mean, you're reading the foundation and then you read the story of what's really going on. And it really combines history and fantasy, or puts history and then you build your fantasy upon it. So I really like that book. And another one that I have enjoyed is The Mists of Avalon. It's a Camelot story, basically. Just kind of gives a different interpretation, some different characters that you learn more about besides just Arthur and Lancelot and
Yeah.
some other surrounding characters that just kind of help flesh out, and it's a really good story. It's a big, thick book, too.
And it sounds like those help you when you DM or when you play games.
They do because, again, there's that history of a foundation or, the base story, like, say, in Camelot, but then you can expound upon that, give more characters or base your fantasy on this fictional history of your story. And then you can just build upon that with whatever you want to grow from that foundation.
I think what people don't realize is you're playing a game, but you're telling a story.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want that to feel real when appropriate. You want it to feel real.
Mm-hmm.
Your turn, Dale. What you got?
Well, as far as artwork, I'm a huge, huge Universal Monsters nut. So in high school, I read Dracula, Frankenstein, Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. Just the way those are written, kind of that way of speaking, the whole gothic sensibility, the whole spookiness of it, that really influences my artwork. And I remember reading Dracula like, oh, that was really cool. And then Frankenstein, after reading it, I was like depressed for like 3 days. I'm like, well, it's amazing, but why do I feel bad? And then like Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, War of the Worlds, a lot of H.G. Wells. The way they write was just almost mood setting for me. And as far as gaming, for me, it was Stephen King, especially the Dark Tower series.
Oh my
The
gosh.
Dark
yes.
Tower series, just a world based after the apocalypse, and they're Knights of the Round Table, but they're cowboys. It just worked. And like the way he incorporated like that mystic supernatural stuff, and to the part where Roland has the jawbone and speaks to the demon, I was like, wow. But the Dark Tower, all those characters and that world and the plot, how it stretched out over all these other stories.
Have they made a role-playing game for that?
I saw one. It's not official, but somebody did make a Dark Tower role-playing game where you actually create your own quartet and all that. And I was like, oh, I would be so tempted to run that.
Because there's so many characters that he spreads out in different books, like Hearts of Atlantis even.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, I thought that was interesting, that how they took from there. Yeah, I read all the Dark Tower books too.
Yeah, and just the way he tied it in with his other books. And I just thought that was brilliant. And sometimes when I do role-playing games, if it's in the same world, I'll tie it into like, oh, your other characters did this, and you hear about it. So I just love that whole intertwining and world building and character building that he did. So as far as my role-playing, it's Dark Tower for sure.
Then our last question, it's a personal question. Is there a famous person or someone in your personal life who has had a major influence on you as an artist, and what lessons from them still shape the way you create today?
This is going to sound predictable, but actually my high school art teacher, the one who said you have to learn the rules before you can break them, she really, truly inspired me. She was also the one that taught me a true artist can turn a mistake into a masterpiece, and she was very inspirational to me. She had her flaws, but she was gregarious and fun and generous, and just I found her to be a very good teacher, very inspirational. Her name was Mrs. Brodeen.
And you already kind of mentioned a few earlier, Dale.
Yeah, but I have a couple that really influenced me. My high school art teacher, her name was Chris Takalasa, and she's from here in town. And
say that 5 times fast.
Yeah, we all called her Doc. But when we did sketchbook assignments, you had to do a sketch every week, and I was drawing like cartoon characters. And she's like, these are really good. Why don't you apply the shadows and stuff that we learned to them? So that's when I learned how to do the shading, like a Daffy Duck cylindrical arm. She showed me how to shade it to make it more realistic, and that really stuck with me. And it was like, I'm like, they're just cartoons, and she's like, it's artwork. And that really hit me. That's when I first realized like comic books are an art form. Never really put 2 and 2 together until that point. And now it's like, that just changed my whole trajectory of how I took drawing on. And then one of my uncles used to do painting and theater. I got into theater because of him, and he was always super supportive. I mean, my whole family was, but he was kind of like, yeah, if you want to do it, and helped me out a little bit. And I watched what he did, like, I want to do that. And as far as famous person, Boris Karloff, probably. Oh. Because the way he was in life, reading the interviews, the way he approached projects, and the way he portrayed his characters and almost disappeared sometimes in characters, it was just like, wow. And of course, Boris Karloff is a face you could draw. So growing up with Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein, The Mummy, all that stuff he was just kind of the my number one art project, I guess you could say.
You said that was the last question, but it's never really the last question.
Okay.
Because we asked, do you have any questions for us? Ooh. Anything you want to know about us?
How can you not know The Last Unicorn?
I don't know.
Yeah. How did you guys meet?
Oh, got down the road a little bit. How long's it been, Rod?
I don't know. Let's see. I'll look up here at the posters from Halloween-a-Palooza. It was probably, I think I met you maybe in 2021.
It seems like it's been longer.
Well, it might be, yeah. Yeah, same convention that I was talking about earlier. That's how we've met. And plus, we both would comment on their podcast, the Attack of the Killer podcast, and leave messages. We're both part of their Patreon, the Attackers.
Okay.
And just a big community.
Yeah, so there's a podcast that we both follow, and we're friends with all of them now. I guess do we consider them friends?
Acquaintances sometimes. I don't know.
Depends on what they post in the chat and what movies they like and don't like. But so we became friends through that, going to film festivals. We're both judges for the Halloween-a-Palooza Film Festival now. We go to the Snake Alley Festival of Film in Burlington, Iowa, that our friend Tad Good runs. We both share love for horror movies. Rod's favorite's Halloween, so I try not to hold that against him.
It's a John Carpenter film. Come on.
That's right. But I think that one point that made us friends was we were at an after party and there was this juggler.
Oh, yeah.
We were messaging each other back and forth. Like, was he going to juggle now? Is he going to juggle some babies? Or?
And it's weird because we're at an after party, and it's a heavy metal rock band is playing.
Mhm.
And it's just music. That I don't think they had any vocals. Did they have vocals that time?
I think there might have been some, but during what he was doing, it was just all music. It
Yeah.
was like,
And there's this older gentleman that's, I guess, known in Ottumwa, Iowa, that juggles, and he's just juggling for an hour and a half at the after party while this
Wow,
heavy metal rock band is just playing.
that's
We're
interesting.
like, what is going on here? Like, this is so weird. Like,
Yeah, that reminds me. Dale wanted to go to clown college because
Yeah.
he can juggle and he wanted to ride the unicycle.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thought about
clown
it
college.
seriously. Unfortunately, I didn't find out about the Joe Kubert School of Comic Book Art until way later. I'm like, that's where I should have gone.
yeah.
uh,
I have a question.
Yeah.
Why don't you, each of you, tell me about the posters you have behind you?
Yeah.
Oh.
ooh, I don't know. My room's kind of dark.
Yeah, I can definitely see Halloween.
I got a Halloween 4 poster up there that I got Kathleen Kinmont and what's her name that was in the Rob Zombie Halloween movies?
Not Daniel Harris.
Danielle Harris, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I got them to autograph that
oh,
one.
cool.
But Kathleen Kinmont was my very first horror actress that I met. And they're actually, well, it's kind of blocked, but I had a picture taken with her. And then I met her at another convention and brought that picture with me. And I asked her, could you sign this? Rod, thanks for letting me break your cherry.
Oh, nice.
So-
That's cool.
And she remembered me too.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I think most of mine at this angle of the camera are Joe Bob Briggs posters. So these are Joe Bob Briggs.
Nice.
The one I'm pointing at now is actually a letter that I wrote to the show, The Last Drive-In. And Joe Bob read on the show, and my friend Tad Good, who puts on the Snake Alley Festival film, made it into a poster. So that's got Joe Bob and Darcy
cool.
and John Brennan and Yuki, and then Felissa Rose is on the show a lot. So I had her sign it. And then these are Joe Bob's over here. I think this is my diploma for Joe Bob's summer school, which I did pass.
Nice.
It's the only diploma I have that's worth anything. And then up here is a big tar man from Return of the Living Dead.
Yeah.
And that's by Jeremiah Lambert, who's an artist out of Peoria, Illinois. I don't know
Oh,
if you know
cool.
Jeremiah Lambert, but yeah.
Oh,
Very cool.
Well, yeah, this is mostly Joe Bob. The rest of the room is all Return of the Living Dead posters, except for there's one over there. It's for a movie called Dead Kids. Do you know about this movie?
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
My friend Matt, that works for Severn Films, gave me that because Severn Films came down to the Orpheum here in Galesburg, and we showed that. Yeah, but I think everything else is Joe Bob and Return of the Living Dead.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. I was just curious about what I see behind
Yeah.
They're family portraits for Brian.
Yeah.
everybody named Joe Bob.
Some Godzilla stuff over here on the, right behind me. So
And Rod, I wanted to point out, since you are a big fan of Halloween, one of my favorite directors is John Carpenter. And if you look at his movies, especially the early stuff, the shadows that he used
Oh, yeah.
very much remind me of Bernie Wrightson's artwork. So he is like one of my favorite horror directors, John Carpenter. Prince of Darkness, They Live, all those. They just, the darkness, especially in like Assault on Precinct 13, just amazing. I love that stuff.
Prince of Darkness.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I love Prince of Darkness.
yeah, that's probably my favorite John Carpenter movie.
Mine's The Thing. I'm boring. Mine's The Thing.
Not Ghost of Mars?
Oh, yeah.
Would
Ghost
you
of
like Ghost of
Mars.
Mars?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He has them all.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or Memoirs of an Invisible Man?
Okay.
Come on.
Maybe.
Oh,
It was good at the time, but I went back and rewatched it. I'm like, oh, yeah.
Didn't hold up, huh?
Yeah.
So I probably never told you this, and you may have never heard this story, Dale, but you love John Carpenter.
Yeah.
I wrote this letter to Joe Bob. He read it on the show. I was fast asleep. He read it at like 1 o'clock in the morning. I missed it. Luckily,
Oh.
someone grabbed the clip for me and I have it saved. But I
Cool.
woke up to my phone, they're reading your letter. I was like, I went to bed. So a couple of years ago, I went to the Drive-In Jamboree in Las Vegas, and they gave John Carpenter a Lifetime Achievement Award.
Oh, yeah.
And they said, if anybody has any questions for John, we're going to do a mailbag. They set out a hat, and I ripped a piece of a popcorn bucket or box up, wrote a question on it, threw it in the hat, and they're reading questions. And I'm like, they're never going to answer my question. I'm hungry. I want a big stuffed burrito from this food truck over here. So I trekked to the other end of the drive-in, because it was at the West Wind Drive-In in Las Vegas that has 8 screens, and I get a burrito. And when I get back, my buddy Gart Jacobson says, Oh, while you were gone, John Carpenter answered your question.
Oh.
He thought it was a great question.
You missed again.
Bitch!
You have the worst timing in the world.
I think I did ask him what is the perfect gateway horror film.
Oh, yeah.
And I think it was something along the lines of either Frankenstein or Creature. It was a Universal, something Universal.
Yep, that's cool.
I think there's video of it somewhere. I just haven't been able to track it down. So
That's cool.
Well, would you like to drop any other plugs, like any other things that you're working on, or?
Well, like we said, Big River Steampunk Festival's coming up. We're doing Nerf duels, a seminar on steampunky guns, and a murder mystery that you can buy tickets for. So if you want to check that out, we're stage managers.
What's the date on that?
Labor Day weekend. So whatever the dates
Friday,
are.
Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Yeah.
I think
Friday, everybody's kind of setting up, but you can come in and visit. And then Saturday, we have the parade, and Sunday and Monday, goes all weekend. And then we'll be at Planet FunkCon. That is
last weekend of
last
June.
weekend of June. I know I have a Patreon page. If anybody wants to check out the artwork and help support it, I'd appreciate it. So it's under Crash 2014. Just look up Crash 2014 on Patreon. You should be able to find me.
Yeah, we'll put a link in there for that.
Awesome.
Then.
Thank you.
And then, of course, they can follow Studio 222.
Yep. 222.
Yeah, we only have the Facebook page.
Yeah. And we are available for commissions. I know I work cheap. I don't charge much. I always think they're cartoons, but depending on what you want, I can do it. And she can do it. Belle can do it. Depending on what you want, between the three of us, we got you covered.
And then, of course, the YouTube channel for
Raconteur Society. The Raconteur Society. Yep.
The Raconteur Society.
Yep.
Rock on.
Rock on.
Rock on, brother.
Yeah.
and Twitch and TikTok. And
Yeah, we go live Tuesday night Central Time, about 6-ish on YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok, if it's being agreeable. And then you can check out our YouTube page, The Raconteur Society, and we have all our playlists and shorts for character introductions. You can click on whatever you want. If you're interested in one of the roles, like, I've heard of that game, but I don't know what it's like. We've probably played it, so check it out.
Yeah, if you're in the RPG and you're like, I don't want to buy that game, I want to check it out before I do.
Yeah.
That's a perfect spot to go. Yeah, well, I never even thought about that. Yeah.
Yeah, because we play so many different ones. And
Yeah.
like Planet of the Apes, we're like, we're learning this, so
Well, thank you guys for coming on. It was great
thanks
to
for
see
having
you
us.
again.
Thanks for having
Yeah.
us.
Yeah. Thanks, Bobby and Dale.
yeah,
Yeah.
this has been fun. Thank you.
Sorry you had to put up with Rod's John Carpenter posters, but
Yeah.
I'm okay with that, Rod.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Yep.
what are we doing next month, Rod? Any ideas?
Hell if I know. We'll figure it out, though.
Hey, that sounds like the Raconteur Society.
Tune in next month as we wander back into the fog in search of new artists on Red Fog Radio.